Well, let me do the intro and then I'll get to it. What is up, guys?
They canceled Mortal Kombat
No.
in the middle of while we're taping.
No, it's about Mortal Kombat. What is up, guys? We're the continuity crew. No, I had something. What's up, moviegoers? I like that one.
Thank you.
Legitimately, if I said it enough, it'd grow on me.
What's her name? Manunos. What's her name?
Maria Menounos.
Maria Menounos.
Welcome to Newbie.
Hello, moviegoer.
There's a better word. I'll find it. What's up, everyone, though? We're the continuity crew. I'm Will. That's a win. And today, we already put out the Mortal Kombat
At least
short
you didn't say
review.
gamers this time. Sorry.
Yeah, this would be better for gamers. What's up, gamers? But y'all already saw our short Mortal Kombat review, right? You subscribed. You're
Go
here
check
now.
it out if you
This
just
is a big
want
feature
something
film
original.
podcast, though, talking about Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
2021 Mortal Kombat, because we've got variations now.
Yeah.
This is the full review. We're gonna go in depth more about what we thought about it, all that good stuff. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Hey, but comment down below. What's your favorite Mortal Kombat character? Mine? I'm a big Liu Kang guy. Didn't like Liu Kang in this one, I will say.
Fair.
He was Kano said it well. He called him like a princess, and I was like, yeah, he's felt like a little princess.
Yeah. Scorpion. As always.
Scorpion is also a good one. He's easy to use.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like Superman in Injustice.
Yeah, no.
Superman's pretty easy to use.
Oh, Supergirl in Injustice 2. She's my girl. She's the best. The best. Okay, but before we started this, I checked out Mortal Kombat's IMDb rating. 10,000 reviews win.
Nice.
What do you think it is?
I have a feeling that's gonna say 7.
6.8.
Wow. Why?
Sheesh. That's what I got to say to that.
Admittedly, this movie was better than what is that one? With the
I Care a Lot.
I Care a Lot.
Hey.
That's our
bottom. No, we have a video. I don't know if it's coming out this week. I don't know where it is on the schedule, but Voyagers.
Oh
boy,
shit.
I'm gonna trash that.
Yeah. Dude, we are ahead of schedule. I can tell you that much.
I know.
Yeah.
No, that's good though. But yeah, back to Mortal Kombat. So, to start, plot summary, I guess. People are marked with the little dragon symbol, and you are Earth Realm fighter. Outer World has won 9 tournaments. If they win another, they're gonna merge and take over and kick all our asses. So Earth has to win the tournament, but Outer World's cheaters and they fight, blah, blah, blah. Earth Realm wins, essentially. And there's a whole other stuff, but that's a quick summary because spoiler summary, I guess. Not really, but it's on HBO Max. It's more available than typical, so I'm not really worried about spoilers. So
spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert going on.
Review.
This is spoiler review, I guess.
If you don't want a spoiler review, we do have that one, the quick one.
I was thinking for the title. Mortal Kombat the movie? Question mark.
I was gonna say, is this the best video game movie ever made?
Yeah. No, we already used that for Monster Hunter.
Is this the best video game movie ever made? Part 2.
Fair. But it looks like you have something written down. When do you want to start with that?
Sort of. This was actually, I wrote this I don't know when I wrote this. Was this after directly the movie? I sat in for a while.
Yeah.
I said that I didn't mention this in the quick review because this was one of my main problems with the movie.
Okay.
It was poorly directed.
Okay.
It was so bad. Compared to Godzilla vs. Kong, this was way worse. I enjoyed maybe about 10, 30, I'm going to be generous. I'm going to say 30, 40% of the time I enjoyed the movie.
That's fair.
But,
I'd say I'm about the same.
Yeah. Just seeing it as someone who's not really knowing the whole lore for Mortal Kombat, it just felt so
guys, it's his, the guy who directed it, Simon McQuoid, First movie. So I mean, I'm not gonna necessarily put him at fault, but whose idea was it to give a guy whose first movie is Mortal? That's like his first anything.
Do you want to check Google on that? Not just IMDb.
Yeah, I mean, he's directed. It looks like a commercial, or no, he produced on a commercial. But
Yeah, you did an awful job, my guy. There were some like I don't even know how to explain it.
dude doesn't even have like even almost like a Wikipedia.
Why'd you? Is it Warner Brothers? Warner, why'd you hire this dude? Why?
Yeah, that's
Because like,
hey, you know, he's only got 5,000 followers on
wow,
Instagram.
that's nuts. This is a message to him then, dude. Congrats on being able to.
I mean, for real,
snag this, man.
for real. Like, I wonder what like Warner or like. I mean, honestly, like, good for him is all I can say. Because like I'd agree, poorly directed. No offense, but like
so bad.
I'd say perfectly. I didn't even think about that, but yes, that is exactly what I'd say. Like the choreography wasn't half bad. It's better than jujitsu at least.
That's not a lot though.
It wasn't like the best action, but it was what I wanted from the Mortal Kombat movie because it's not based really in reality, so it's not going to be like super like technical.
I think it's just the fact that this is supposed to be based on Mortal Kombat, but it doesn't feel like it's based on Mortal Kombat.
It doesn't. It just had the characters.
Yeah.
And that's something like I think they held back too much because they wanted to probably do this universe stuff of not having more characters in it because so there could be more fights. So we could have more characters essentially killed off in the beginning because it seems like death's not really going to matter because Shang Tsung's just going to bring him back. So like just have more people out there just dying like fodder, dude. Like
I think the best way that they should have approached this was that they should have like started even smaller and focused on like not one character but maybe like a couple or so, right?
That's okay. So like, go ahead. Let me finish. Like I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah, like I think start with something smaller and then make it maybe like a trilogy. Because like I have this theory where it's like I'm gonna call it like the MCU theory, right? Where it's like once you get to the third movie, where it's like a group of people, you don't need to give them backstories because you already know them from the previous one, and that's fine. Like that passes already. So I think
you could almost call that like the superhero theory, just because like superheroes like almost everyone knows like Spider-Man, Batman, Superman.
Because like that's what they did with Tom Holland. They didn't give him much.
Didn't need it. I mean,
So like once you get to the third one, that would have been fine. Like this movie would have been fine as a third movie if they just like.
Yes, absolutely right. Because like the first hour and a half is laying the groundwork for I'd say 4, 5 characters, like the good guys, and even like one bad guy, Kano, I guess. It's laying the groundwork, and then we get to the Mortal Kombat. It's very. We talked about it in our like smaller review. Go check it out. It's so tonally weird.
Yeah,
it doesn't work in a lot of places, and there's too many shoehorns of like. Oh, the Mortal Kombat reference. And I'll say they made me smile, but
they were that's as far as it'll get. It's like Mortal Kombat as it gets.
Yeah.
No. Well, the third act, the middle of it, where they were like fighting, which was really weird, because like they were in the void for some reason.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's been in the games at all.
I think that's just the loading screen.
Yeah. Oh, what? That's exactly what it reminded me of. It reminded me of the Assassin's Creed loading screen where you're like running around. Oh man.
I think this is the loading screen. They just went there and was like, we need to like hold up. It's lagging.
No. Oh, man, it was a mess. I mean, I will still say like it's not that bad. I think, but it's still bad.
I think in comparison to the older ones, it really isn't that bad.
That's what I'm comparing it to, is the whole thing. The first two, Mortal Kombat, Annihilation, trash movies, dude. But they're so bad they're good. This is like on the verge of awful, so I don't know really how to feel about it. So
Yeah, it even became a meme at one point where it's like, "Mother, you're still alive. Well, too bad you're not."
yeah.
Something like that.
And you will die. Yeah, so it's
Also, this movie felt really empty for some reason.
I would agree. Like, not it's like only every character except maybe Kano, because he was a comedy relief, but like would only have like spurts of like life, you know.
Yeah.
Like they'd have their moments, and that's like it.
And like I think they all don't really have a backstory. And even like, you know, the first 7 minutes they released that's in the movie, it doesn't it's not even technically a backstory.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, there's these people here. Oh, they killed people.
Yeah, it's basically like where they started.
Which I will say is that's lore. Like that's typically how it goes with Scorpion and Sub-Zero's backstory. They hate each other because Sub-Zero, like, they're rival clans, which wasn't really established like clans or anything, but he was.
I think I know what it is. I think it's the fact that like a lot of the main characters don't really have a backstory. Like
yeah,
for example,
like I but that's the thing though.
The feud.
You just like couldn't do that, dude. Like no one is really gonna want to go see like a Sonya Blade movie.
No. But I feel like they would have done it like what they're doing with Black Widow now. Like Black Widow gets a movie later on, but like before that they didn't even think
I will
about
say Mortal Kombat is never gonna be that big.
No.
So
well, no, but like
I think I said something
but
earlier.
there's like there is a lot of like Asian and American fans, so
yeah,
that's the thing that's like getting to me. It's like Mortal Kombat is known around the world. They would definitely have enough viewership to be able to not do what Marvel did, but basically have
be
the
more
footsteps.
Be more lenient on like having to have so much filler. I guess.
Yeah. Because like a lot of the time, like while we're watching this, like we know what their names are.
Yeah,
we kind of know their backstory. I'm not really 100% sure how he gets his powers, how this person like is related to this person, and like this one other guy was like adopted or whatever, and it's like, okay, but how'd he get there?
Yeah, so one thing, like I think the animated one, I think it's called Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge or Mortal Kombat Origins, I think.
That's the one with the sick art.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It reminds me of this game. I think it's that came out when the first like Xbox One came out. It's like Mark of the Ninja or something, very similar art style. But it's like they do that. They're like, okay, here's these characters. You know who they are if you're watching this. Like, let's go. Yeah. And like Sonya kind of just shows up, and like Johnny Cage, who isn't in this one, but they tease him at the end, which I have an idea like that. I feel like that could be a whole movie, like a bro movie. Him, whatever the main character's name is, and like them going and like Johnny has to discover his what was the word they used, their powers,
Akara,
something like that.
I think so.
See how memorable this is.
It is. I will say it is somewhat memorable, just because of like.
I mean, I will say I will watch it again by the end of the year. I'll give it that.
It's crazy how cringy some of the lines are.
Yeah,
I think that's what like the most memorable thing.
Well, that's the whole thing. It is really like hard stop, deliver reference, move on.
Yeah.
Like what was it? Like Kung Lao says flawless victory, and it literally is like he pauses and then says flawless victory. I'm like, oh come on.
Oh, that dude, man, I hated
I've
him.
always hated Kung Lao's character, but I actually started to like him, and then I was like, no, I lied.
It's just in this movie, it's just so
yeah.
I don't know. I think this movie is lost in translation.
Just another one of the lines when Liu Kang kills Cabal. Which Cabal looked sick as fuck.
I thought that was cool.
He looked so good, and I didn't even know he was going to be in the movie, and I actually really liked just that character, even in the games and his story. But whenever he kills him, he's like fatality for Kung Lao, and I was like, did he just say that, or was like there was the announcer actually here? Because it didn't sound like Liu Kang. I was like, that was weird.
Oh yeah, when the whole dragon thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to get to the performances because we're talking about the characters too much. Not the characters, but the movie,
performances
awful.
it's so bad, dude. Like, it's the only like redeeming thing was Kano because he was funny and like he sold me. Like I'll give it to that guy. He sold it.
Yeah, I think he understood how ridiculous the movie was.
And that's what's the thing on Twitter or like the trend. They understood the assignment.
Yeah.
He understood the assignment.
Yeah.
Like
He literally like in in case you don't know what we're talking about, it's the comic relief basically. He was just cracking jokes all over the place. He's this Australian guy, right? And he's just cracking jokes, but at the same time, it's like, at least it's not stopping the movie.
Yes.
Completely. It's like, okay, he's gonna insult this person, and then the movie just goes on. It just doesn't like.
I feel like everyone was given like a different script, so everyone got a different tone from the movie.
Yeah,
and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, delivering this line," and then they're like, "It just does not mesh at all."
You see, that's the directing part that I was saying. That was awful.
Yeah,
it just doesn't feel like there was any collaboration between like what the actors need to do for the characters, or what characters they needed to be, or how they were gonna build the characters. It just felt like they were handed a script and they just did it. Like what is that movie that we keep arguing about? Like our favorite one.
Our Friend.
Our Friend.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was thinking about that video. I was like, man, that was a good one.
It's basically like that. It's like it doesn't feel like there's any collaboration between the director and the actors and what they needed to do. It felt like the director was just like, okay, yeah, do this.
Dude's not a good director.
He isn't.
Don't quit your day job, bud.
Good for again.
Good
for him.
Dude,
this
like
sucks.
Like it's so weird. Like I'm surprised. Okay, it was produced by James Wan. I saw that in the credits. But like, why didn't they give it to someone like not even James Wan? James Wan's kind of outstepped his shoes of like being like, oh, the guy who directed Saw. He's directed Aquaman and all these other other great movie, not great but horror movies. The other big movies.
Yeah,
like give it to like the big thing Warner Bros has done with the DC movies is they've taken small horror directors smaller directors that have directed horror movies and brought them in. Like, and I feel like a good person to have for a Mortal Kombat movie is horror because it's supposed to be gory.
Although, admittedly, again, I will say this, like, this is a very limited amount of people that I'll say this about, but like, I feel like Zack Snyder probably would have a really sick vision of this movie, even though like the story's all shit. Like even if it's like this, right, where the story's like they need to go do this or whatever, and they're like there's gonna be a tournament and championships and whatever. But I feel like the look and feel and the goriness of it, I feel like Zack Snyder would have gotten that almost immediately and be like, okay, I want them to rip out his spine.
Yeah, that's something about like the fatalities. They felt, or just the kills, they felt dumbed down.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about only a few felt like, oh, that's badass or unique or whatever. But like the games, like they're normally like there's a like a gag with them.
Yeah.
And there just wasn't really that. But I would agree. You sold me on that. Zack Snyder would again understand the assignment.
Yeah, like, I think he would have like he even though it's poorly written. Even though like the script and like the screenwriting is awful, but like if he got this, I think he would have made it somewhat more entertaining than what we're presented with right now. Because I feel like that, especially that first 7 minutes, right? Mm-hmm. If he directed that, there would be a lot of slow-mos.
Yeah, and
then a lot of like weird like going around like pans and like one take.
The main writer, I guess, is Greg Russo, and this is, I guess, his first writing credit as well. I did see something. He's doing Death Note 2, which is apparently going to be a more faithful adaptation. Then there's Dave Callahan, and he's written for a lot of stuff. He's actually writing for Shang-Chi, and he wrote for Wonder Woman 1984. Well, that's the screenplay, at least.
Okay.
And then the story, Oren Uzel The Cloverfield Paradox, and 22 Jump Street.
What?
And then Greg Russo also wrote the story. So
Shit.
they had, I guess, two just I'm going to say novices. Two amateurs like making this big budget movie.
Assuming because it's not on IMDb.
Not
on anywhere at least.
I'm gonna say the one guy, the director, probably is.
Yeah.
But the other guy, I don't know.
You know what's crazy is that I was about to say like this feels like Warner Brothers didn't take any risk in this movie, but
they did on the backside.
Yeah, they had the director and the writers. They actually did take risk, and it failed.
Yeah, you know, hit or miss, dude.
The performances were just ass. I'm
just
back to that.
Overall.
Everyone. Jimmy Olsen was there. The guy that plays Jimmy Olsen, he's Jax.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's in the Supergirl show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering why he looks so familiar.
Ah,
like,
love Jax. I liked how that's one thing. Whatever the power thing, chakra, or whatever it was.
Akara, I think.
Akara, I think. Yeah. That's not in the games like at all. And I thought it was. I didn't like it at all. Like Sonya doesn't have any powers. That's why she's such a badass. Like I thought they were gonna run with that where she didn't get it. I was like, that's what makes her unique. That's cool. And then she comes in with a little
Yeah, I thought that was like I was thinking of a different person when she came out with that. I was like, okay, this isn't the same one.
Yeah, well no, Johnny Cage does kind of get that actually like a Akra or whatever. Akara. God, I just can't remember it, dude. I just
remember Akar.
Akar. Yeah. Akara. Yeah.
Akara.
But like Jax, like just get the dude big beefy metal arms. Like he doesn't have to grow them from his like little robot hands.
Yeah, where'd that come from?
That was just I didn't like that idea of it. And I'm sure they told them, the director, writer, whatever, like we want to do a new twist on it. And that's what they came up with, but like just listen, right there. It's right there.
If you guys are like taking this risk, you know what? If there's going to be a sequel, just hire me or both of us.
I could write a sick ass Mortal Kombat movie.
And I could like flesh it out more.
Yeah.
To like a 3-hour movie, because this movie felt long, but it felt short.
Yeah. Yeah. This movie it's like
it's an hour 50.
It's in that weird in between. Like it's just like it's because it's entertaining in some parts, but it's also dead as hell in other parts. So there's like it's a nasty little baby of a movie that you just smush together. And it came out like this, man. I don't know.
I can't say that word.
I don't know what else to say about it. Yeah, we can't. Bad win. Don't say that.
Yeah, this movie. I don't even know how to rate this.
Yeah, a rating. Let's get to a rating.
I was gonna say that this was gonna be.
So I will say, and this is gonna be important, at least for mine. Critical and enjoyment. We typically do 2 ratings, 1 out of 10. So my critical rating, I'm gonna give it a 2.
Holy shit! I was thinking about that. Yeah,
it's 2.
Yeah,
so fair. And that's just what it is, man. Movie wise, it's trash. Like, and I said when we got out of it, like it was better than Kong, but like that was just me being fresh out of a movie, and that's how it always is.
I think that in comparison to Kong, yeah, I understand a lot of the criticisms, but at least there's like a little bit of a story in there.
Yeah, I had like an hour or 2 to think about it now. I realized what I said, and then so that's my critical rating. My enjoyment rating, I'm gonna say like an 8.
Because of the 40, I'll give this movie a 6.
For enjoyment, fair. So critical, you were saying 2 as well.
Yeah, because like the thing is, I was gonna say that this is the worst movie I've seen all year, but I've definitely seen worse.
Dude, yeah. Just wait for Voyagers, dude. I'm gonna go hard on Voyagers.
It's funny because Voyagers wasn't even that bad compared to this movie that I'm about to talk about.
Yeah, I guess. If you let me, I'll have to think about it. But I'm gonna go hard on Voyagers. So I hope any teens that are like subscribed and probably loved Voyagers, But it's about to get trashed.
Yeah, we're about to trash it. Sorry, it was just really bad.
But yeah, I'd say without the 4D, I'm probably at a 6. And so I'd say without the 4D, we'll bump yours down to like a 4.
Honestly, though, like the part that really like was like, oh, this is cool, was when whatever his name was, but when that whatever was flying around and like he surfed on her back, and then like she got sawed. Like,
when it felt
sick,
when it felt like Mortal Kombat, like that's when it did, and it just those parts were so short and like so far in between because they're so tonally confused, or just cut to like that's one thing. The battles shouldn't have been intercut together.
Yeah,
they almost should have been their own thing. And I completely forgot. So when Jax fights whatever the hammer guy's name, I don't even know if that.
Oh wow.
No, yeah, I don't even know if he's an actual character or he's a new character. Like they are in the level literally called the pit, and the huge thing about the pit, like the fatality there is you uppercut, they fall down into the spikes.
Yeah.
Why? If you're going so reference heavy, why didn't you do it? Huh? I'm actually like legitimately pretty mad that didn't happen.
I wonder if they know anything about the game.
I would assume they'd have to. Like,
I feel like they just had a consultant.
So I think the writer probably does, Greg Russo, because I would assume, because he said he was a big fan, because he has Death Note 2, like he's writing for that. I saw a thing that said he's a big fan of Death Note. So I'm just going to assume he's probably knows a little bit about Mortal Kombat if he likes Death Note. It's similar veins of
what a weird
of cult. Well, it's similar veins of like media. So I'm gonna assume he might know a little.
Yeah.
And like I wonder if they consulted what's his name? Ed Boon, one of the creators, like this at all. Because I really wonder. Like they had his name, but like it's like they still have Bob Kane's name for like Batman, right?
Yeah.
So like I don't know.
If we had like another 2 days to shoot this, I would probably watch like some sort of interview from like the director or like producer.
Dude,
or, like,
I wonder
Brothers.
If there are any though. Like
I don't think so.
like I feel like they just wanted to get this out there. Man.
Yeah. This felt like a new.
Oh, here's mine because I know my Monster Hunter or Mortal Kombat.
Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter. Again, it's just the references for me, man.
That's fair. No, that's
but
fair.
But I probably gave a higher critical rating for Monster Hunter. It was probably like a 3.
Yeah, I think the thing about Monster Hunter was that it felt more alive. Like it
felt like the tone was there. Like it and that's something that'll just kill a movie if it is tonally confused.
Yeah.
Like one that comes to mind for me is Zombieland Double Tap. Like I love the first one. That one understood it. But tone wise and like pacing, just awful. So
do you know what the similarities are for Monster Hunter and Mortal Kombat?
They spend too much time in a desert.
That that and like every other realm or whatever is always dead as hell.
Yeah,
like you go to like he was supposed to be an emperor or whatever. Like,
outer world. Soon,
he doesn't even look like an emperor. He just looks like a dude in the middle of the desert.
So I'm surprised they didn't go that route if they're trying to make more of these. So Shang Tsung normally in the lore is like a servant to Shao Kahn. Which there was a statue of him in one of the levels, like the guy with the hammer and the skull. Yeah. That's Shao Kahn. Normally, he's like the big bad guy. I think they mentioned him. Maybe not. But like, I'm surprised there wasn't more of like, oh, he's like they do it in the animated one pretty well. So
I should have watched that before I went watch
well, watch it later. Like you'll see what it would look like good.
Yeah. I feel like Mortal Kombat is an open interpretation of characters.
Yes,
because like they don't have backstories all that much in like.
Because literally they started off like it's just a fighting game, and like there wasn't really any story.
So it would have been nice to see something original.
Yeah,
it's like
they kind of tried.
They kind of did. It would have been nice to see like Sonya, like just say like, not. I'm just using her as an example, right? It would have been nice to see like. Okay, why is she involved with Jax? Just because, because they mentioned
they touch on it a little. Tits on it a little. They touch on it a little, but it like that's it. It's a throwaway line.
Yeah, she just said like, yeah, we were in like.
Yeah, we were in the military. And then it was confusing because like she was like, oh, I always looked up to you. I was like, I thought y'all like joined at the same time. Like that's what I was getting. So I was just so confused.
Oh my god, that was when I started like realizing how bad like the direction was when Jax just like got up from that not bed but like whatever clay thing that was like he was laying on. They were like I think at one point Sonya was like no stay down. He wasn't even trying to get up.
Oh yeah. I think I saw you like audibly like oh my god.
He didn't even try to get up. He was just kind of like, oh, this is not me. And then she's like, no, stay down.
Oh god. But anyways, we'll wrap this up.
Yeah. Final
thoughts. It was bad. It was poopy is what I've told mostly everyone that's asked me if I've seen it. I said it was poopy.
Man, this movie felt like it was made for kids.
It does, but it definitely wasn't. Yeah, it did. It felt dumbed down and childish. But like Mortal Kombat is kind of supposed to be childish. But again, the tone was bad. Go watch it if you like Mortal Kombat. I'll give it that.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like it's just cool to see these characters and stuff. So
a few months ago there were like things that people like. I saw articles about like, are video game movies finally good? This movie hasn't even come out yet.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that. No, they're not.
They have a long ways to go.
That Halo series they're making for like Showtime could be good.
See, video game movies, or not movies, but anything related to video games, it should be like a mini series, not just.
Well, I think the
one
Halo
movie.
one is supposed to be a mini series, so I think that'll be pretty cool. But anyways, we'll wrap it up. Mortal Kombat review.
Pretty
That's
ass.
something pretty ass. Again, like, comment down below. Comment what's your favorite fatality, bro. If you've watched this far, I know you've played a Mortal Kombat game and you've got a favorite fatality.
At least one.
I like the one where Johnny Cage like rips someone open and he's like, "Here's Johnny." It's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
But anyways, we've been the Continuity Crew. I'm Will.
You think we're gonna see that in the sequel?
If we get a sequel, they can't fumble the bag like that. That is just so easy. Come on.
They should hire Nicolas Cage.
That would be hilarious. That would be awesome.
You know what? This movie's missing Nicolas Cage.
Wow.
This would be his movie. He should have been Lord Ray. What is his name? Raiden.
Oh God. Oh, we've been the Continuity Crew. I'm Will. That's when. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all in the next one. We love movies. We love y'all. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.